So we're underneath this 2012 Dodge Journey with the 2.4 liter, and so long story short, it's got an oil leak. I mean, you can definitely tell coming from over here. It's leaking from the gasket. This gasket is just hanging here. It's all smushed out. Now, they had it done at a shop, and bunch of money, by the way. I think it was like $78 for the gasket, which I don't even see a gasket. I think they just use RTV, and those are like $8. See, even if you bought two, you're looking at like 16 bucks. So they charged you $78 for gaskets. And like I said, I don't see one, and I see a bunch of RTV spilling out everywhere. So we're going to take this off and, you know, redo it, hopefully the right way. And essentially, you know, somebody else said it was leaking. She brought it to me. I said it was leaking. Then she took it back to the shop who did it. And I think they sprayed a crap ton of brake clean, because this was not this new and shiny looking. I mean, it wasn't looking like this. Actually, the whole side over here was like covered in oil and stuff. So they obviously just cleaned it up really nice and said there's nothing wrong with it. Either way, doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and get this off. First, we got to drain the oil. Unfortunately, she just got an oil change, so we're going to try to save as much oil as we possibly can, save her some money. So let's get started. 17 millimeter. What the hell? Oh my, oh wow. Wow, okay. That's not coming. Okay, I might have to get a bigger breaker bar. I don't know if they use an impact or whatnot. Oh, and further proof, that's oil. That is 100% oil. And I already looked out back behind there, and there's no oil above it. So it's not coming from above it. It's coming from this area. So let me go get a bigger breaker bar and try to get this off. This is an 18-inch breaker bar. This should never ever take an 18-inch breaker bar. Oh, wow, okay. There it is, it's off. It does not require, you know, 300 foot-pounds of torque to put an oil drain plug. Here's also something I wanted to point out. So I was just trying to get the size of, you know, what size these bolts are. So I like, oh, just give me a second. I mean, there's a plastic shield in the way. I gotta try to get this up out of the way. So I was just randomly going through, and check that out. I could screw these off by hand. Yeah, I can turn those off by hand. Those two front bolts right there are hand tight, so someone didn't do their torque job either. Let's go and see if, let me put the camera down and let's see if we can get the rest of them. Okay, I think you guys can see, yeah. So I started going through here, check that out. Look at that. It's by hand. You can't write that. That's awesome. You know what? Up on the screen right now, I'll go ahead and put down what this job cost at a shop. And that's awesome. Okay, I gotta let the oil pan drain out the rest, and then we'll come back and start the show. Okay, so I just had to let the owner know what I found. So, all right, we're just gonna start buzzing off. Yeah, I found a bunch more that wasn't, I mean, this is not tight, so we'll just start buzzing off all these 10 millimeters. That one was just barely on there. So we just got a couple more. That one's kind of tight to get to, right? Okay, there's one. Oh, how would we get to that one in there? Ooh, that's gonna be a tricky one right there, I think. Okay, so how I got this last bolt all the way up in this corner right here was with a shallow 1/4 10mm with one of these little swivel extensions that got right in there and got it right out. So that was just took a while to find the right combination, but now you know the right combination. This is what you need. You can get it right out. Okay, now we're gonna switch over to a 12mm. Very long one. And there's another. Okay, so that's a 12, so that must be a 13. Okay, 13. One right here. One, two, and the third one is right up through here. There we go, got it. Now where to go from here, I don't know yet. We just gotta, oh, well, okay. It's right here. There we go. And that sets that one free. So keep all these together. And we can come back up here and finish off our what we were doing before, because there's one more 12. Super long one. And then that's gonna, right here, if you could see it, another 10. And look at that. That wasn't even tight either. All right, so now I'm assuming this is gonna be incredibly difficult to get off because, again, it doesn't look like a gasket. So, here we go. Let's get something to pry it out with. But yeah, it's probably gonna be a giant pain because they used a bunch of RTV and it's gonna be probably a disaster to get off. Oh, finally. Done. Nope, no gasket. Wow. Yep, no gasket. See, I hate that. That just, man, it just makes me so angry when they rip people off like that. Just $78 for the most RTV I've ever seen in my life. That's probably why they charge her $78, because they use 10 freaking bottles. All right, so let's get all this area cleaned up. It's gonna take me a long time to scrape all this crap off, and then we'll do the oil pan. All shiny and new. So now we're gonna, it comes with a little bit of gasket maker. Again, you don't need a lot because it's got a gasket. This is mostly just to hold it into place. So I'm just gonna apply this and get back with you. All right, so there's the little steady bead. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because, like I said, you got this gasket, so really. So now you're gonna go around and torque all these down to 8 foot-pounds. All these little 8mm bolts are 8 foot-pounds. Or sorry, 10mm bolts are 8 foot-pounds. And then we're gonna put this really long bolt right here. That's going to get torqued down to 18 foot-pounds. Time to put this little bracket back. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's start this one. That's going to be this. And while that's loose, or loose enough, I want it to dangle a little bit because I want to go ahead and feed this bolt back through. Okay, I'll go ahead and screw this one in for the most part, but yeah, that's a 13mm also. Alright, so go ahead and tighten those up. That is not tight. Take that one and go right up the center. You guys can't see it, but I can see it perfectly. All right, and those get also torqued down to 18 foot-pounds. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure where we left off at. I had to let it, you want to let it dry for an hour. I let it dry for like 3 hours. So it should be extra good. Okay. Tighten that down. And we'll get it all cleaned up. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, really easy job. Just make sure you have the right swivel bits and stuff like that. You don't got to remove the belt or anything, as you've seen. Just put them all in. We're gonna go ahead and get the fill it up with oil, and check for leaks. If there's any leaks, we have any issues, I'll come back. But if not, thanks for watching.